Hey guys, it's Fumaya. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I wanted to come on and film this video on how to look for funding for college, scholarships, grants, etc. because I got a couple questions about it and I felt like it was a really important video to do because college is expensive and not everyone has like a college fund or college savings lined up. I have a lot of experience with this. I was able to actually get enough scholarships that with aid, a lot of terms I was given a check back from the college to use on other necessities like books because it kind of overshot my tuition. So I'm going to talk to you about the steps that I took to find funding for college, and I hope you guys will find it helpful. So my first tip would be definitely to start early. You want to start thinking about this in your sophomore year. Start doing it at your leisure. Look at websites, look online for grants and scholarships. Talk to your college counselor if you can. The reason why I say start early is because I started my junior year, which is pretty late, honestly. Like by that time, you're almost pretty much applying to college. You apply to college the very beginning of your senior years. And a lot of these scholarships open up eligibility-wise in your sophomore year. So I feel like sophomore year is a pretty good place to start just to make sure that you have enough time to apply to a lot of scholarships and get as much money as possible. Work as hard as you possibly can in high school, both on your grades and on your standardized test scores. There are a couple options now for the standardized test, the ACT and the SAT. Kind of play around with it early to figure out which one you tend to do better on, and then really take the time to practice. You want to give yourself enough time to put yourself in a competitive position. A lot of these scholarships will be merit-based, so the higher your numbers are, the better. A lot of these scholarships do have a GPA cutoff, so make sure that your GPA is high enough. Don't feel too bad though if that's not what you're working with. Do your best. There are a lot of scholarships that don't have the GPA cutoff, but really the point is to make sure that you put yourself in as competitive a standing as you possibly can. If your school offers AP or IB courses, I highly recommend that you take those. You want to take those so that you can sort of place out of as many college courses as possible once you do get to college. So you potentially stand to skip introductory courses or any sort of first year courses that you might have had to take. And this is going to save you a lot of money because that means that you can get to your major and or minor courses much easier and much sooner. And that way you're saving money that you would have been spending on taking a lot of intro courses. So I think this is a really good tip. One of my friends actually did this. She took a bunch of AP courses in high school and she was able to be off campus for I think about 5 terms, which is huge. She saved so much money doing that. So I think this is definitely something you want to consider if you are able to do so and if your school offers it. Take the PSATs seriously. It is not just practice. Colleges see your PSAT scores. They get sent to everyone. So if you want to put yourself kind of on the radar, scoring really highly on your PSAT is a great way to do it. I think the first time you take it is sophomore year and then you take it again junior year. So you really want to make sure that you're prepared. Sophomore year, you kind of have that free period to botch it, I guess, let's say. But then junior year, you want to make sure that you're ready to go to get as high a score as possible. If you get a high enough score, you could end up being a national merit scholar or a national achievement scholar. I was a national merit commended scholar because I scored in the 97th percentile on my PSATs, and that put me on the radar for a lot of colleges. If you score high enough to actually get the national merit scholarship, you do get some money and it just adds to your portfolio, boosts your profile so that you're that much more competitive for scholarships, grants, etc. Try to be as well-rounded a student as possible. Look at the extracurricular activities that you have. Scholarships are becoming increasingly diverse in terms of what they cater to. So if you're someone who's involved in a lot of extracurriculars, that just opens you up to a lot more types of scholarships. There are video editing scholarships, there are athletic scholarships, there are debate scholarships. Like if you're in debate, you could potentially enter a debate competition and get a scholarship through that. I entered a debate competition and got like thousands of dollars in scholarship money from that. I hadn't been in debate though going into it, but thank God I was able to do well enough to get a lot of money from it. I think if you're willing to step out of your comfort zone and sort of try something new like I did, you might surprise yourself on how well you did. Again, I did get thousands of dollars from that scholarship opportunity. So follow your strengths, but then also be willing to step outside your comfort zone and try something new. You never know how well you're going to do. Scour the web. You are going to have to look on the internet so much. Just be prepared to spend hours and hours and hours on the internet looking for scholarships. This is why I say start early so that you're not sort of overwhelmed. I started my junior year again, so I was a little bit overwhelmed, and honestly I didn't get as many scholarships as I could have gotten had I started earlier. you are going to have to scour and look and scour and look. The site that I primarily used is FastWeb. It is an excellent site. The reason why I recommend this so highly is because it not only has a database of scholarships and grants and funding, but it also has advice articles for different types of scholarship opportunities like essays, etc. And it kind of gives you advice on how to put your best foot forward for these types of scholarships. I think this is awesome. Definitely spend a lot of time on that FAST website. It's a great resource. If you were to ask me, I would say start there. It's very intuitive. You can get your advice there, kind of feel a little bit more comfortable with applying to scholarships, and then from there, just go and branch out all over the web. Go and talk to your college counselor early. Even if it's just to introduce yourself and say, hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm thinking about college, I'm not sure what I want to study, and just pick their brain on any scholarship opportunities, any funding opportunities, any grants that you may be eligible for, and be sure to ask them about local opportunities as well. You never know which local nonprofits like churches or even schools are offering scholarship or grant opportunities. So you definitely want to be in touch with your college counselor. She or he will be an excellent resource for you guys and will have a better understanding of your locality and what your town or city has to offer. Consider going to school in state. I know state schools offer a lot of discounts for people who are from the state that the school is in, so definitely consider that. Another thing to consider is to work hard to go to a really prestigious school. And the reason for this is because these really prestigious schools tend to have bigger endowments and therefore tend to have a lot more money to give for financial aid. Like I said a couple times on this channel, I went to an Ivy League school. Ivy League schools, by and large, are very generous with need-based aid. So that helped out a lot when it came to funding college and paying for college. Really buckle down, study your SATs, do as well as you can in class, get the highest GPA possible, and then you really position yourself to be able to take advantage of a lot more opportunities. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you want me to do any other topics like how to do well in high school, how to do well in college. I would be more than happy to do that. Check the description bar down below for resources such as where you can search for scholarships and other articles that you might find very helpful in this college funding search. Again, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions again. Best of luck. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.